Most people see title text like this and assume it took expensive software and hours of work. It didn't. Every one of these was built entirely in CapCut, and once you know the few tricks behind them, you can recreate them in minutes. I'm going to show you 4: text that curves along the horizon, perspective text that moves behind your subject, a glass title that reflects in water, and layered transparent text perfect for travel intros. By the end, you'll know how to use masks, effects, and compound clips to make your own cinematic titles inside CapCut. I'm Dina, and I'm here to help you master CapCut the easy way. Let's jump in. Okay, so add a text layer, press space and max out the size. Scroll down and turn on background, leave it on black. Perfect. Add another text layer on top of this one. Type our word, flying. Choose a thick font, I'm using modern here, and leave it on white. Create a compound clip, go to blend, choose overlay, and just like that, your text is now transparent and a clip behind it can be seen. Looks really cool. Go to animations, in animation, and apply a zoom in animation and set the duration to 1 second. Perfect. This one's the quickest win of the form, so it's a nice place to start. Once you see the footage showing through the letters, you'll get why it works so well for intros. Let's build a second word underneath it. Add your text layer, type your word over. I'm using modern as font again. Resize it and place it underneath the first word we just created, just like this. Perfect. Now scroll down a bit and where you can see preset style, so just right here, choose this green one with the stroke. Scroll down to stroke, change the color to white and the thickness to around 8. Create a compound clip, go to video, remove background, chroma key and remove the green. Go to animations and apply a slide left animation and set the duration to 1 second again. Perfect. Don't overthink the chroma key part. All it's doing is just giving you a clean outline you can animate on its own. Now the third word, and this is where it starts to feel premium. Add a third text layer, type your word again, river. Now I choose a different font this time, the one I'm using right now called Great Vibes, and I set the color picking one from the video clip below. This blue from the water will be fine. I just make it a bit brighter, just like that. Perfect. Resize it and place it below the second word, just like that. Fantastic. Now create a compound clip, go to effects and look for one called player 3. Drag it onto the compound clip, set these settings, speed 15, glow 30, texture 0. Leave everything else as is. This effect gave it this nice fade in and moves up from below. Look at this. Perfect. It looks really nice, but we can add a bit of extra sauce to it. Go back to effects, look for play pendulum and add to the clip, change the settings to this, strength 10, twist 5, speed 5, sharpen 25. What this effect does is it gives a little bit of movement to the text. It makes it feel alive. Since our settings are very subtle, it's hardly visible, but this is exactly what it makes it feel premium. Sometimes less is more. And let's play the whole thing back. It looks beautiful to me and it works really well for travel intros and videos. This next one is the one people always ask about. Text that sits behind the person like they walked out in front of it. It looks tricky and it really isn't once you see the trick. Add your footage, duplicate it and remove the background on the top footage. We're going to place our text behind the subject, so this step was necessary to do so. The text can sit behind the subject nicely. Add your text layer, type your text, choose your font and color, place it where you want it to be in the end. Go to effects, look for one called player 3, add it on top of your text layer. We're not making compound clip from the text and the effect just yet. The reason is because we're going to use keyframes, and in order for us to be able to do that, we need the effect just sit on top of the text layer, not embedded in a compound clip. This is the part where people usually get lost, so go slow with me here. We're setting the perspective first, then dealing with the movement. Right, so the first thing we are going to do is getting rid of the unnecessary stuff, like this player icon here. So reduce the texture to 0, and it'll disappear completely. We don't need glow either. We're gonna deal with that later in the end in a different way. And reduce the speed to 0. Now we're going to set the perspective, go to rotate and set it to around 75. That should give you enough angle, but this part is completely up to your footage, so this number will vary, depends on your footage. Now you can see this fade animation in the beginning. We're gonna get rid of that later, so don't worry about it now. When this animation ends and the text is fully visible, add a horizontal keyframe, move ahead about 2 seconds and add another keyframe on this horizontal value. Go back to the first keyframe and pull it back. I set it to 99. As you can see, another mirror text appeared, but don't worry, we'll deal with it in a second. Click the effect layer, Option plus K, and highlight both keyframes and apply an ease preset. Now, as you can see, the effect affects the entire image. So to make sure it's only applying to the text layer, highlight both layers and create a compound clip. Okay, so you can see the text is in an angle now, but not quite fit into the scene. So if this happens, you can just go to Video, Basic, scroll down to Rotate, and just rotate it as much as you need to make it perfectly fit into the screen. I set it to 1.50 degrees. This will put the text into the perfect perspective, so it fits into this island curve perfectly. Okay, now we're dealing with the fading effect in the beginning. Let's get rid of that. Since we created a compound clip from the effect and text layer, we simply go to the point where the fading finished and we press Q. What this does is it deletes everything before the playhead. Right, so let's get rid of this mirror text as well. Super easy. Go to Mask, Split Mask, rotate it 90 degrees. Place the mask onto the subject. Add a position keyframe, and as the text starts to move, move the split mask with it. Just like this, I'll show you. Excellent. Now the last step is that we want the text coming out of the subject and not being visible on the other side. So in order for us to be able to do that, create another compound clip so we can apply a new mask without affecting this one. Go to Mask and add a split mask. This time rotate it minus 90 degrees and just leave it as is. Perfect. Now watch. The text came out of nothing behind the person in a perspective view. So cool. I've added another text to the other side as well. Of course, it's the exact same method as we just did, just every setting is opposite. That's it. Once I'm done with the other text, I highlighted both text compound clips, created a new compound clip from them, and applied a fade out animation and added a glow to effect. And I set the glow to 30 and the size to 15. And it's done. Let's just play it back. Quick one before we carry on. If you want free assets to use in your edits right now, there's a free creator starter pack at dinaandagnes.com. You get horizontal mats, social media mats, outline frames, an epilogue to Rec 709 lot, and 15 CapCut effect tutorials. Each one is under a minute and designed to create a kind of scroll-stopping visual hooks that make people stop and watch. All free. Links in the description. Now the reflection one. This is the effect that makes people assume you used proper software, and it's really just two tricks stacked on top of each other. Let's build the glass look first, then the mirror. Okay, so add a text layer, type your title, leave it on white. Find a nice cinematic font. I'm using Paper's New. Resize it, duplicate the layer, get the color picker and choose a dominant color of the footage underneath. Create a compound clip from it. Perfect. Now go to Mask and add a split mask. Add some feather to around 50. Then rotate the mask a bit. There you go. The gradient is ready. Duplicate the bottom white layer. Click on the top duplicate and scroll down to stroke. Turn it on and set it to white and size to 2. Click on the bottom duplicate text layer. Change the opacity to 60%. Perfect. On the top text layer, where we already applied the split mask, right click and go to copy attributes. Go to your top duplicate layer, create a compound clip from it, and then right click again. and choose Paste Attributes. There you go. Here's a little trick for you. We applied the same split mask as we had on the blue gradient text layer, and the reason we did this is because this way the reduced opacity is now visible only on the top part where we want. Here's your glass effect applied to the text. Now the mirror effect. The glass look on its own is already gorgeous. We could stop here honestly, but the mirror underneath is what really sells it in water, so let's add it. Okay, so highlight all text layers and create a compound clip, duplicate it, rotate the bottom one 180 degrees, place it under the main text. Perfect. Now click on this button, this one here, and press mirror. Now it mirrors completely the text above. To sell the effect even more, go to mask and add a split mask. Place the mask to around the top quarter of the text and max out the feather. Now the animation, highlight both layers, create one more compound clip, go to animations and go to combo and choose one called zoom one. There you go, and look at that, it's beautiful. Okay, last one. And I saved it for the end on purpose because it's the showstopper. Text that curves along the edge of the earth and rises up like a title in a film opener. It's a few more steps than the others, but stay with me, it's worth it. Add your text layer, type your text. I'm using Inter Semi-Bold. I reduced the character to 1 to make it look more polished. I changed the color to match the video underneath. So I'm using the color picker. I'm choosing some nice blue from the oceans. Make a bit brighter, just like that. Brilliant. Scroll a bit down, turn on stroke and set it to white and the size to 3. As for the size, the text itself, I'm using the full length, so it covers the entire length of the earth. Now scroll down and find curve. I changed the curve to around 21 degrees, so the text layer is perfectly above the Earth's curvature. It already looks great, but we make it superb, not just great. Duplicate this layer and on the top layer, change the color back to white. Create a compound clip, go to mask and add a split mask. Perfect. Set the feather to around 35 and there you go. You have this beautiful transparent color with a bit of white edge from the stroke. We add it to the text layer below. As a final touch, add a glow to effect. Set the glow to 60 and then the size to 30. It will create this nice blue light around the letters. It looks stunning. Look at that. That's the moment it stops looking like a text on video and starts looking like a proper title card. Now we make it move and this is the bit that really lands. Now highlight both layers and create a compound clip. And here comes the magic. We're going to animate this in a way that it looks like the text comes out of Earth. Go to In Animations and apply a slide up animation. We want something slow and cinematic, so set the duration to 3 seconds. As you can see, the text just sliding up from the bottom of the clip like this, and it doesn't look good. So to fix this, create another compound clip and we're going to apply a mask to it. Go to Mask and use the pen tool. Add points to the curve of the earth. Make sure you add the points exactly where the curve is so it will look nice once we mask it out completely. Now once that's done, connect the dots. If you want to curve the lines between the dots, just click on the dot, hold Option and Mac, and then you can drag it and it starts to curve. Just like that. Perfect. And now let's watch it back. I absolutely love it. And that's 4 cinematic title looks all built in CapCut. If you want a clear path through CapCut without having to work out what to learn next, our CapCut Creator Mastery course is where we're bringing it all together. You can find out more through the links in the description. If this video was useful, a like and a subscribe means a lot. It helps us know we're making the right stuff. Now go create something awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.